Hello, my beautiful students. Sudhir Nikotana speaking, coming live to you, Sydney time. I wanted to talk about something that really came up in the DMs lately for me. The beta male, the alpha male, why is it so important to you? Why are we talking about this? So my job is to get you to normalize the goal of meeting women, of talking to them, of dating them, and easing you into a relationship with them. And feeling competitive with men and manipulating women is not really part of the job. It's not really part of the whole thing. It's good to know what your resources are. It's good to be aware of where you're at, but it's not particularly useful for you when it's to do with making yourself presentable, respectable, and also putting yourself out there for a woman to choose you, basically. So that's an interesting topic. And I wanted to discuss this with you guys because I don't want you to confuse picking up women with getting a date with a woman. There's some manipulative tactics that some leaders might use out there, and I just had this talk with one guy in my DMs, which was a very insightful talk. Please don't go manipulating women. Please don't go telling yourself that women are an object. Please don't go telling yourself that your parents might not know things or that you might need to get a short-term solution to something. Don't do that. Don't do that. It's my job to get you to normalize a woman in front of you. It's my job to normalize being a masculine, useful, on-purpose man. And how I do this is generally by getting you to realize what it is you really want to do in life, go after what you want in life. I want you to figure out that there's nothing more important than you at this present point. And any experience that you've had with women so far is actually leading you, causing you to learn more as you go. So that's really important when you think about your healthy masculinity. It's not to do with getting somewhere or getting something out of someone. This is to do with remembering who you are as a person, where you're trying to go, and what you're trying to welcome your woman into. So you have your space. You're a man. How do you go, okay, cool, I like that woman? How do you go, I'm attracted to her, but I also want to plan this one out? Too many times I see guys being super attracted to women and thinking that that's going to guarantee them a date. Does it? Have you ever been attracted to a woman and just went dash door and here you go, wham bam, thank you, ma'am. Wham bam, please go at me again, ma'am. But in all honesty, it doesn't work like that. That's why I talk about putting in an introduction and mission first, and then welcoming and inviting that person into your life. And giving it, a timeline. Give it 3 months and communicate to those people what you're going to be doing. You're not an alpha, you're not a beta, you're a nada. That's why I put it in. I put in the nada so that you can understand that this is not about being an alpha or a beta. This is about being a man. It's about being a healthy masculine man. Not the one that competes with his brothers, but the one who collaborates with his brothers, the one that chooses his brothers based on the mission he has, based on the traits and values that he has. And of course, the women too. There's narratives out there that say, oh, if you've got too many women friends, that's a problem. Says who? I know men who've got a ton of women friends. I know I've got a ton of men friends and, guy, girl friends. And it's all fine. You've really got to, accept what the heck we've got going on. And I know that there's sometimes a narrative of, oh, I wonder what my family will say. Oh, but my teacher said this, my guardian's that. When you're in your young days, you do need that experience to buff up the principles that you're trying to go for. In that case, by all means, get some experience. But when you have it, stay to your guns, stay glued to your guns. Do not think that, oh yeah, this is how I'm going to get a partner, a girlfriend, whatever it is. So when you think in terms of your mission is first and foremost, and that you're going to just get supporters for your project called life, then that's it. That's all you need. And that's basically how you meet women in your masculine. You remember that you're a solid, strong, spiritual, useful man, that you are actually needed for many things in this lifetime. Right now, you're needed for a lot of things. Right now, you're needed to proactively tell people what you're up to, not by tweets, but by texts. You're a man that's needed to communicate what he's doing, what he's planning tomorrow, what you're about to do tonight, settle some boundaries in case if someone needs your help, and go, hey, I'm going to do that, but I'm going to do this later. You're a man that's going to communicate all that. And but you won't know what you're going to do until you actually uh, decide to define and work on your mission. They don't talk about this at all anywhere. Nothing to do with the mission, nothing to do with balancing your relationship with people, nothing to do with building in life. The only people that have that are the ones from families where the families are clearly building all the time. Either the companies or houses or work things, and then you go after your career. That's great. But who are you taking with you? Is there an inner circle that you're taking with you? Hands up right now who's got an alpha or a beta male as a role model, or what kind of role model you have at all. Is because if you have one, then you're doing pretty well. But you can also easily find ways to meet women anywhere, actually. Women are everywhere. Women are everywhere, guys. Women are everywhere. Quality women are everywhere. The minute you figure out what it is that you want in a woman, once you figure out what those experiences led you to say and think and feel, what you want to be now, what your future version of masculinity is, and P.S., if you need help on that, I'm here to guide you. So it really isn't about being an alpha or a beta male. That's just stuff that they tell you so that you get less confused about what the heck you're doing in life and less confused about women in your life. Or less confused about feminine energy in general. Normalize the goals of having feminine energy in your life. Normalize the goal of understanding how it is that you can lead a woman, how it is that you can communicate with her, how you can respect her, appreciate her, build a home with her once you find the one that really is with you in life. Because once that happens, it's actually quite easy. The not so easy part is admitting where you're wrong, maybe, but by that point, you'll know what role your ego takes and what role your heart takes and what to actually expect. It's not about competing, guys. It's about understanding yourself and where you're going. Let me know what resonates and what doesn't, what you'd like to know more about. That's more or less it for this one. Oh my gosh, it would be great to see less people competing with each other. It would be great to see more men actually collaborating with their women, their partners, their colleagues, their neighbors, their friends. I get that to bond, you need that testosterone drive. To bond, you need that sort of drive to connect aggressively. And you do need that to some extent. But when it comes to building a relationship and a home, not so much. So that's basically how you meet women in your masculine as not a male. I made that up because I'm trying to make it all poetic and funny when it comes to the alphas and the betas, because this stuff is taken too seriously by some people. If it helps you, that's great, but in my world, you can build in a different way, in a better way. And with that, I want to tell you guys that game plan has been extended for another 48 hours. I'd love to see you guys check it out and tell me what you think. And the website and the menu is refreshed as well, so that's beautiful. Everything's on my website now. My blogs, my YouTubes, the new podcast that I've got coming out soon, the IGTVs, my courses, the trainings, the challenges, my story, my education, where I've been around, testimonials, everything. So you can definitely have fun with that. Sometimes it's good to explore your life when it's on a website like that. And I did have some feedback that I could put in a little bit more about my culture. I've actually got three. Got the Ukrainian, the Australian, and then I was in Switzerland for a few years, so that counts. So that's a lot of fun. And yeah, so that is basically it from me for today. I hope you guys have a good one. I love you so much, and I'll talk to you soon. Over and out.